A trading P&L account is given, and even a balance sheet is given over here. Okay, both the informations are there. And what have they said? Calculate the following ratios, okay, and comment only on the current ratio. Fine, okay, we'll do that. So what is asked? Current ratio. So current ratio I will get from balance sheet. See what they have done. They have asked you combination of balance sheet and P&L ratios. Okay, yeah, that is what they have done. They have given you a trading P&L account. See, a trading P&L account. From that we will calculate revenue ratios, and they have also given you a balance sheet, and from that we will calculate balance sheet ratios. Shushmita, I'll share it in the group. Don't worry. Okay. Right? What to know the difference between the sums? Yeah, this is what they do. They will give you both the information. Just say either they give you only which information, balance sheet information, and from the balance sheet information, they expected you to calculate few of the balance sheet ratios and few of the this ratios. What do you call it? Revenue ratios. Okay, so they ask you combinations. Okay. Here also see they expect the same thing. Trading P&L is given, balance sheet is given, and they are going to ask you combination ratios. So generally exam में combination ratios ज़्यादा पूछते हैं. Why? Because we don't have to separately ask you one balance sheet ratio and one P&L ratio separately. We will combine it and ask you. Okay, by giving you both the informations. But for that, first you should know what is a balance sheet ratio, the calculation. You should know what is a P&L ratio, its calculation. Then only you can do the combination. Okay. So look at this trading P&L account. Yeah. ठीक है. Yeah. पहले क्या चाहिए मुझे? एक एक करके सॉल्व करेंगे. पहले मुझे चाहिए करंट रेशियो. ओके. सो करंट रेशियो के लिए व्हाट इन्फॉर्मेशन आई नीड? I need current assets upon current liability. Okay, so now let me check which current assets I have in the question. Okay. So yeah, fixed assets is not a current asset. Yeah, look at this, students. Short-term investment. Short-term investment means investment for less than 12 months. For a period of 12 months or less than 12 months. और हमारे पास तो हमने सीखा लॉन्ग टर्म इन्वेस्टमेंट्स फॉर अ पीरियड ऑफ मोर देन 12 months. ओके, तो फिक्स्ड एसेट्स सेकेंड कैटेगरी इज लॉन्ग टर्म इन्वेस्टमेंट्स, बट योर लॉन्ग टर्म नहीं है, शॉर्ट टर्म है, तो इसको हम ट्रीट करेंगे करंट एसेट्स. I'm going to treat this as current assets. Okay, then trade receivables. Okay, that is your debtors, current asset. Then inventories, current asset. Cash and bank balance, cash and cash balance, current assets. Discount on issue of debentures, this is my loss. Okay, what do we call this? We call this as miscellaneous expenditure. Okay, yeah. Then current liability. What is my current liability here? Trade payables. That is, what do you mean by trade payables? Creditors. Bank OD. And provision for depreciation is given. Okay, this is not required. Yeah. Provision for tax is required. Yeah, this one. Okay. So this is my current liability, and current liability. Okay. Why? Because miscellaneous expenditures means accumulated losses, Poonam. Accumulated losses are known as miscellaneous expenditures. As per Companies Act plus with the combination of this Income Tax Act, you are not supposed to write off a heavy loss in 1 year. You have to write off it in subsequent years. Okay? Yeah. Okay, so let me start with current ratio. Write down current ratio, current assets upon current liability. Okay, so write down about current assets. Current assets में what do I have? Short-term investments 1 lakh, trade receivables, that is debtors 9 lakh 50, stock 5 lakhs, and cash 1 lakh 50. Okay. $17 lakhs is my current assets. Okay. And coming on to current liability. Current liability, may I have trade payables, that is creditors, 3 lakhs, bank OD, 2 lakhs, provision for taxes, 2 lakhs. So 3 plus 2, 5, plus 5 plus 2, 7. So that makes it to 7 lakhs. Okay. 17 lakhs divided by 7 lakhs. So 2.428. I'll make it 2.43. Okay. 2.43 is to 1 is my current ratio. Box it. Okay. So if you are not making a vertical financial statement, you have to solve ratios like this. Okay. नेक्स्ट क्या पूछा है? सी ऐसे कॉम्बिनेशन रेशियोज ही एग्जाम में आएंगे. हाँ, और उसके लिए यू शुड फर्स्ट नो हाउ टू कैलकुलेट इंडिविजुअली बैलेंस शीट रेशियोज, then P&L ratios. So that is how the practice I gave you. I first did only balance sheet ratios, and I did 1-2 sums only on P&L ratios, and now I'm picking up combinations of it. Okay. Yeah. Next is inventory turnover ratio, that is stock turnover ratio. Okay. Yeah. Write down COGS upon average stock. Okay. So हमको ये वाला फॉर्मूला तो पता है, right? We know this formula. Sales minus COGS is gross profit as per the vertical financial revenue statements, right? So I'll use this formula to calculate gross profit, to calculate COGS, I mean. See, in the trading P&L account, I have gross profit, I have sales. Okay, I have gross profit, I have sales, I can find COGS. You can even cross check, you can use that formula to calculate COGS. Opening stock plus purchases less closing stock. With this formula also you will get the same answer for COGS. But why would I do that when I know sales minus gross profit will give me COGS? Am I clear about this to everyone? Samajh mein aaya? Acknowledge it in the chat box. Okay. You can even use this formula to calculate COGS. Opening stock plus purchases less closing stock from trading P&L account. Okay. But why would I take this when I have sales and I have gross profit? मैं सीधा difference निकाल के COGS निकालूंगी. Okay. Shortcut. Okay. Write down COGS is equal to, how much is my sales? 37 lakhs, and my gross profit is 13 lakh 50. So I'll use the easy way. 37 lakhs and 13 lakh 50. ठीक है? 37 lakhs minus 13 lakh 50. So 23 lakh 50 is my COGS. 23 lakh 50,000. Okay, substitute it here. 23 lakh 50,000. Okay. Here, even if you apply this formula, you will get the same answer. There will be no difference. Okay. Shahid, I'll show you the I will show you the verification. See, how much is opening stock? 2 lakh 50. Purchases kitna hai? 26 lakh. Add kar lo. Opening stock 2 lakh 50 plus purchases 26 lakhs minus closing stock 5 lakhs. See, it has to tally 23 lakh 50. So either of the way you use, you will always get the same answer. Use the easiest, that will save time. That is why I'm teaching all these techniques to you. Now coming on to average stock denominator. Opening stock plus closing stock divided by 2. Let me search. It's easy. See, I have my opening stock, era 2 lakh 50. I have my closing stock 5 lakhs. दोनों का average निकालो. Okay? Yeah. So 2 lakh 50 plus 5 lakhs divided by 2. So that is 7 lakh 50 divided by 2. 3 lakh 75,000 is my answer. 3,75,000 is my average stock. Substitute here. 3,75,000. Divide this. 23 lakh 50 divide by 3 lakh 75. So 6.26. That is 6 times in a year. You can round off कर सकते हो. 6.2 को आप 6 times भी लिख सकते हो. Okay? Round off करके लिख दो. Okay. Six times. Fine. Next, return on proprietor's fund. Okay, net profit after tax. See, whenever you're calculating return on proprietor's fund, whenever, see, proprietors, I mean, shareholders को आप कब पैसा दोगे? When will you pay them their dividend? Return on proprietors fund means the dividend which is paid to them. So when do you pay dividend to the shareholders? Only after you pay your taxes. जो पैसा बच जाता है, that is paid to the shareholders. Obviously, tax pay नहीं किया तुमने और तुम सीधा dividend declare करोगे. Not allowed as per Companies Act. Okay, yeah. So you have to first pay off your what do you call income tax. After that, what available profit you have, that is net profit after taxes, that is allowed to be paid as dividend to the shareholders. Okay, so don't get confused. It will be NPBT or NPAT. It is always NPAT because you're paying to the shareholders. Okay, so NPAT upon shareholders funds into 100. So how will you get shareholders funds? Yeah, so this is the formula to calculate. Equity share capital plus preference plus reserves and surplus minus the accumulated losses, miscellaneous expenditures. Okay, yeah. 5 lakhs of equity share capital, 3 lakhs of preference, reserves are 4 lakhs, miscellaneous expenditures are 60,000. Okay. Let me check my NPAT. PNL देखो, yeah. टैक्स भरने के बाद जो प्रॉफिट होगा दैट इज एनपीएटी. तो ये रहा, दिस इज माय पीएनएल अकाउंट. माय नेट प्रॉफिट इज हाउ मच? 5 lakhs. सो दिस इज माय एनपीएटी. सी, इससे पहले का एडजस्टमेंट क्या है? प्रोविजन फॉर इनकम टैक्स. वो पे करने के बाद कितना बचा? 5 lakhs. दैट इज एनपीएटी. 5 lakhs. So substitute here. Yeah. 5 lakhs divide by 11 lakh 40 into 100. Okay, 5 plus 3 is 8, 8 plus 4 is 12, 12 minus 60 is 11 lakh 40. Okay, so 5 lakhs divided by 11 lakh 40 into 100. 43.859. You can make it 43.86%. Okay, 43.86%. Okay, so that's your answer. And then operating ratio. Fourth one, they have asked you operating ratio. Yeah. So operating ratio is COGS plus operating expenses into 100. Okay. And don't forget, when I say operating expense, yeah, when I say operating expense, इसमें क्या क्या आता है? I'm writing it down. इसमें आता है admin overheads, selling and distribution, I mean expense. I will use the better term. Admin expense plus selling and distribution expense and also finance expense. So don't forget this. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So let me take you to the P&L part. COGS तो हमको मिल गया. Now this is my P&L. Now in this P&L account, I have to calculate my operating expense. So operating expense, what is there? I have admin expense, yes. I have rent. Rent is also office expense, 60. Selling expense, matlab selling and distribution, 1 lakh. Depreciation is also a part of it. So 1,20,000. आप इसको कहीं भी डाल सकते हो, कुछ बोला नहीं है ना डेप्रिसिएशन के बारे में, तो assume it to be office related. Okay, तो हो गया मेरा bifurcation. Okay, this is admin. This is also admin expense. This depreciation is also admin. This is selling and distribution. हाँ. And now few students may be thinking, yes, 72,000 तो finance expense है. Agreed, finance expense है. But in finance expense, excluding interest, everything will be considered. I repeat, in finance expense, when you're calculating finance expense, excluding interest, everything will be included. If you remember, when I did vertical balance sheets with you, when I did vertical revenue statements with you, I had made it very clear to you कि interest element operating expense में नहीं दिखाना है, उसको हम separately लिखते हैं. After net operating profit, we separately show less interest than net profit before interest and taxes. This is how we write. That's the presentation style. Okay, so this will not come 72. Okay, so many students will make a mistake of taking this 72,000 also in operating ratio, which is wrong. Okay, yeah. So see, when I'm calculating operating ratio, I have also not considered all these things. I have considered admin, yes. I have considered this as admin, yes. This is also a part of admin, yes. And this is a part of selling and distribution. मैंने finance लिया ही नहीं because सिर्फ interest था उसमें. So 2,70,000 plus 60 plus 10,000, sorry, 1 lakh plus 1,20,000. So it is 5,50,000. So write it here. 5,50,000 is my operating expense. Okay, many students will do the mistake of taking 72,000 also. You don't have to take that. Clear? COGS कितना आया था मेरा? 23,50,000 plus my operating expense 5,50,000 divided by net sales. Sales कितना था? 37 lakhs into 100. Okay, so 5,50,000 plus 23,50,000 divide by 37 lakhs into 100. So 78.378, you can make it 38, 78.38. Okay, so write it here, 78.38%. Okay, so this is my answer. Then debtors turnover and capital gearing is left. That I will do in the next lecture. Okay. And do update your notes. Exams are nearing, so do update your notes. No, not required, Ashok. Screenshot is taken. Yeah, don't worry. So last lecture, we had started with this question number 48. Now, if you look into this question, there is a trading P&L account also, and there is a balance sheet also. Okay, so generally you have questions of this framework. Trading P&L both is there. Okay, so there are 1-2 ratios, which is not covered in balance sheet, also is not covered in P&L ratios also. Okay, so that's a new type of ratio known as composite ratio, which I'll be introducing you all today. Let me first just get done with this. Okay. So even like even in this type, in this sum, the sum earlier to this, there was a balance sheet ratio. Balance sheet was there, and we had to calculate balance sheet ratio. And okay, screen sharing is not working. Okay, how is that possible? It is showing me that the screen share is working. Others can see the screen. Okay, fine. Yeah, because it's showing me that the screen share is there. That is why. Kishmat, just log out and log in again. एक बार देख ले. अच्छा, done. Okay. Fine. So question number 46 में what was there? Balance sheet was there, and see this 2-3 informations about P&L was there. Okay. So that is why there were 2-3 ratios which is not there in balance sheet, also not there in revenue also. So that's a composite ratio which needs coverage. I mean, I need to cover that part. Okay. So in this sum, the question number 48, I had discussed this with you all. We had calculated also current ratio हमारा calculate करके हो गया था. Okay. Yeah. Return on yeah. Then the second ratio, stock turnover ratio, also we had calculated. Okay. And the question had said to comment on only the current ratio. Okay. So this is the comment. My current ratio was how much? 2.43:1. So it is more than the standard, right? 2:1 से ऊपर है ना, तो मतलब it's a good decent ratio. So it is more than the standard ratio 2:1. It indicates favorable short-term financial position of the company. So that is what you can write in the comment section. Right? Then stock turnover ratio we had done. Yes. ये भी हमारा हो गया था. Stock turnover ratio last lecture. Then yeah. Return on capital on proprietors fund. Yeah. Net profit after taxes. When you are paying to shareholders, okay, so it has to be after paying the taxes upon shareholders funds into 100. So our answer was 43.86. This also we had done. Then operating ratio we had calculated, COGS plus operating expense, and I had specified operating expense means admin expense, selling and distribution, and financial expenses. Okay? Yeah. So financial expenses was not there in the question. Yeah. Now coming to the next, we have to solve this one, debtors. So debtors turnover ratio is credit sales upon average debtors. Okay. Now, to be more specific, students, yeah, it is average debtors, and also if bills receivable is there, that will also come into picture. But because in this some bills receivable was not there, I did not take it. But if in a question bills receivable is also there, I will consider that also. Okay. So एक है question ऐसा I have picked up जहाँ पे bills receivable भी है. Okay. So I've written here average debtors, but it is actually average debtors and bills receivable, right? To be more specific. So how do you get average debtors? Opening debtors, जैसे आपको average stock मिलता है, opening stock plus closing stock divide by 2, same way. Opening debtors plus closing debtors divide by 2. Okay. Yeah. So 9 lakh plus 9 lakh 50 divide by 2. So 9 lakh 25. My credit sales is 37 lakhs, which is given in the question. So 37 lakhs divided by 9 lakh 25. So the answer is 4 times in a year. Okay. 4 times in a year. And wherever you are calculating debtors turnover ratio, velocity is by default you have to calculate. By default. Question में दिया नहीं रहेगा कि आपको velocity निकालना है. It is understood you have to calculate velocity. I'll tell you how. See, if you look into this question, see, if you look into this question, question number 48. See, यहाँ पे दिया है. Assume 360 days in a year. Okay, so this information gives you a hint that you have to calculate velocity. Okay, that is why it's given. Clear? Understood? So debtors turnover ratio, when you calculate, you also have to calculate debtors velocity ratio. Formula is 1 upon debtors turnover into 360. They want only days ka calculation, so we'll calculate only days. So 360 upon 4 is how much? 90 days. Okay, मतलब you are giving a credit period of how much? 90 days कितना होता है? 3 महीना होता है ना? 3 months का credit period you give to your debtors. मतलब in a year your debtors are paying you 4 times. तुम्हारे debtors तुम्हें एक साथ पैसा नहीं देते, 4 बार देते हैं. तो अगर कोई debtors 5 लाख रुपया उससे रिसीवेबल है, तो वो 5 लाख एक साथ नहीं देगा, वो 5 लाख 4 इंस्टॉलमेंट में, फर्स्ट, सेकेंड, थर्ड, फोर्थ. Okay, like this. After every 3 months, 3 4s are 12. So 1 or 4 times in a year. Clear? Understood? Just acknowledge it in the chat box. Okay. So this part is also done. So thanks, dear. Thank you. So only this much is given. Thank you. Debtors turnover हो गया, operating ratio, capital gearing ratio is pending, I guess. Yeah, capital gearing. Yeah, I'll come to that. 1 2 3 4 5. Now, solve it here only. Start. Sixth one, capital gearing ratio. Gearing is with respect to what? Your payable funds. Yeah. So preference share capital plus borrowed funds divided by only equity shareholders funds. Let me check my preference share capital in the question. कितना है? 3 lakhs. And the debentures कितना है? 6 lakhs. और बैंक ओवरड्राफ्ट भी है 2 लाख का, बट वो तो मैंने करंट लाइबिलिटी में ले लिया ना, हाँ सॉरी, बैंक लोन नहीं है, ओडी है, ठीक है, बैंक लोन होता तो आई वुड हैव टेकन इन बोरोड फंड्स। ओके, so डिबेंचर 6 लाख एंड 3 लाख का प्रेफरेंस शेयर कैपिटल। ओके, so write it here, 3 lakhs and 6 lakhs, ठीक है, divided by equity shareholders funds. Now equity shareholders funds, you can calculate it like this, see I'm writing here, yeah. Only equity shareholder chahiye, only equity share, so you can go like this, equity share capital plus reserves and surplus. Okay, so reserves and surplus mein you have P&L also in this question, so dono lena hai aapko. Okay, minus miscellaneous expenditures. Okay, or you can do one shortcut. You have already calculated shareholders funds. Yes, shareholders funds में से preference share capital minus कर दो, तो जो बच जाएगा वो equity share capital ही बोलते हैं उसको. Okay, that is equity shareholders funds. Okay, you can go with this logic also. Equity shareholders funds. Am I clear? Either you take equity share capital plus reserves and surplus. Reserves and surplus में everything, P&L also, general reserve, whatever reserve you have, minus miscellaneous expenditure. Okay, or you use this formula. Shareholders fund तो आप वैसे भी calculate करके रखा ही हमने, उसमें से बस preference share capital minus कर दो, आपको equity shareholders funds मिल जाएगा. ठीक है, yeah. So I will follow the second way because हमने equity shareholders funds निकाल के रखा था. हाँ, ये रहा, देखो शेयर होल्डर्स फंड्स मेरे पास ऑलरेडी कैलकुलेटेड है 11,40,000, बस उसमें से प्रेफरेंस शेयर में निकाल दूंगी, दैट्स इट. सो आई एम फॉलोइंग द सेकंड वन. ओके, सो 11,40,000 शेयर होल्डर्स फंड्स माइनस प्रेफरेंस शेयर कैपिटल 3 lakhs. ठीक है, सो दिस इज माय शेयर होल्डर्स फंड्स एंड दिस इज माय प्रेफरेंस शेयर कैपिटल. हो गया सॉल्व. ठीक है, so this is how much, 9 lakhs and 11,40,000 minus 3 lakhs, 8,40,000. Okay, $8,40,000. So divide 9 lakhs divide by 8,40,000. So 107, 1.07 is to 1. Box the final answer. Okay. Fine. Yeah. So this completes our question number 48, which has a combo of balance sheet and P&L both, and such combination sums will be asked. Okay.